Hi everyone, it's Norman Kochnik again. I'm back. You might argue the same format, but now this will be very different. We're not going to be talking not about women's cricket as much as we just did before with Janatul Shimona and Aparna Saini, cricket conversations with Aparna Saini. We want to perform at least today, Normie. Well, Martin John, I'm not holding my hopes up high. He's playing against a lesser side in Rajasthan Royals that has a pretty good bowling side. But so that's what today's match is. It's game 40, 4-0. So we're moving along now. We started with 29 underway. This is now the 11th of the second leg, effectively the 40th match between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Rajasthan Royals. Currently the two bottom teams, which is not good at all. And it's actually 40th birthday to McCullum, interestingly enough, too. It's match 40, birthday of McCullum. That's rather interesting. So he's happy 40th birthday. He's and he is certainly a great player. He played the very first IPL match actually and performed particularly well. I think he scored a century in that match. It's quite a significant starting point for him, indeed. For two personal man. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting indeed how that turns out. So, Scamming with Puranjay says, what a Sunday we had yesterday. Can't have a better match. CSK versus KKR, and then a thriller between Mumbai Indians and RCB. You're right. CSK yet again have defeated a team, and they're now positioned. We'll go through the table in a minute. So today's match, of course, is between, as I said, Sunrisers Hyderabad and Rajasthan Royals. And it was a total failure yesterday for Mumbai Indians. That's right. I think Rashid Khan will be X factor for tonight's match. We'll see. So SRH have Manish Pandey, Williamson as their batters. They're not mentioning Dave Warner. Sunrisers Hyderabad. Manish Pandey and Kane Williamson. Then with Rajasthan Royals, they have the likes of Sanju Samson and Shivam Dubey in their side. When it comes to the bowling lineups, SRH have both Jason Holder, who scored runs despite losing, and Rashid Khan, obviously a great bowler. Then from the Rajasthan Royals perspective, well, Chris Morris didn't play the previous match, but he may play this one, with Mustafa Sur Rahman from Bangladesh also there. So they got some pretty good bowlers there. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But at the moment, Sunrisers Hyderabad miserably last, having only won one match. One match. So the questions there about who will take the fourth spot in the playoffs. Now, looking at the table for a minute, let's look at the table. Chennai Super Kings and Delhi Capitals are both, after 10 matches, they're on 16 points, 1-8, lost 2, with fairly healthy net run rates. So they're through. Sunrisers Hyderabad, after 9 games, this being their 10th, have only won 1 game with 8 losses and are out. So the two that are in are CSK and DC. Out are SRH. That leaves 5 teams to battle for 2 spots. At this point, RCB, after their win yesterday against Mumbai Indians, are on 12, needing 2 more wins to solidify their 3rd spot. So it does look like CSK, DC, and RCB will be the 3 sides that will go through the semi-finals. KKR are currently in the 4th spot, followed by Punjab, Rajasthan, and then Mumbai. They're all on the same points, though. So really, those 4 teams are going to battle for 1 spot. KKR at this point would have to be the more favoured team. Mumbai Indians need to get their act together probably too late. But if Rajasthan Royals wins today against SRH, they will actually go through to 4th. They will leapfrog KKR and Punjab and go to 4th and actually be 2 points clear. So, fairly important match for Rajasthan Royals. They could well push their way into 4th spot, a clear 4th spot at this point. So that's interesting, very, very interesting. And if they do so, they're going to have the other teams trying to chase them. Could see Rajasthan Royals. really, we've got a great guest here from Sri Lanka, Kithmal Wimalawira. Now, Kithmal Wimalawira may not be known to you, but he was a great young batsman when I saw him back when he was a teenage kid. He was opening for the Kandy Trinity College in Canterbury. He opened the batting with none other than Roshan Dickwella. So Kithmal Wimalawira both played for the Trinity College in Kandy, one of the leading cricket schools in Sri Lanka. And Roshan Dickwella went on not only to play for higher honours, he went on to play for his country. Unfortunately, now he's in some sort of ban mode. I'm not happy with that, but it's not really good because he's a fantastic player, especially in the short format. And Sri Lanka desperately need him to play, I would argue, in the coming World Cup in the UAE. So gaming with Purunjay thinks that CSKO 22 points, DC 20, RCB 18, KKR 12. Mumbai Indians 12, SRH 2, 16. So you're basically saying that Rajasthan Royals will go through in full spot. So Kithmal's about to join. Let's see if he's here. It should be fun. Any chance that SH will turn today around? I can't see it. Rajasthan Royals have got a lot to play for. Kithmal is not quite there yet, so we'll sort that out. So Kithmal Wimalawira. Very much a Sri Lankan name. We have had Sri Lankan commentators before. I've had Roshan Abasinghe on. Never got Russell here, but he'll be on the second. Kithmal. So not sure whether he knows. Just have a little look there. Shouldn't be long. So I'm sure that Kithmal knows what to do. There would be guys. So Sanju Samson's team, will they play Mumbai? Can they qualify? They still can. Yes, they certainly can still play. They're going to have to win every single match. Kithmal's not sure how he gets on, I think. Let's just see what's... No, he's had to... So it looks like Kithmal has to retry. Mumbai innings are already down. It does look like both KKR and Rajasthan Royals may be the two that may fight it out. And that will... Punjab Kings, I don't think so. So Kithmal will join. Wimalawira, you're joining very shortly, so he's on his way home. So effectively, this match between Rajasthan Royals is extremely important for Rajasthan Royals. You can't say any match is important for Sunrisers Hyderabad. They're out. They'll be playing for pride more than anything else. So Norman Warner is not looking good form. It is not good side for Australia. No, it isn't. Although Glenn Maxwell is a good bit of form. Yeah, Maxwell's a bit of a saviour there, but Warner's not looking good at all, to be honest. Bahram Arali has joined us.
Hi Norman, how are you?
Good, good. We're going to be joined by someone, Bahram, a young fellow, well, he's not so young anymore, called Kithmal Wimalawira. He's actually from Sri Lanka. He played for Trinity College in Sri Lanka. He actually played with Niroshan Dickwella when I first met Niroshan Dickwella more than 10 years ago. So I like to see his perspective on what's happening, and especially in world cricket as well. So that women's show is pretty good. We're going to try and promote that. We've got a few players coming on. We didn't get too many today, but young Shimona, done very well in Sydney. She's done very well. She played for the Sydney Cricket Club and also Bankstown. She's done very well. Okay. There's a lot of concern about Warner's form. It's pretty bad, isn't it, Bahram?
Warner's form. You are the best judge for that, Norman. You can tell which ball at what score he will be out. So yeah, but
today, I'm still predicting he won't bat well.
Okay.
But you know what's going to happen though? He'll play well in the last couple of matches. He might score a 50, might even score 100. He'll do something crazy, but it'll be useless for Sunrisers Hyderabad because it will be out. But he'll be doing it for what reason? What will he be doing it for? His own contracts.
Next year's IPL, yeah. So to Manu and No Name, cheers for the women's team.
So, gaming with Puran Jay says my R11 is Lewis, Jaiswal, I guess that's Samson, Livingston, Morris, Tavetia, Sakaraya, Tyagi, Parag, Mushtaf, Lamura. I tell you what, that's not a bad side. They're looking pretty good. They could well challenge at some stage. It's beginning to look like KKR and Rajasthan Royals might be the two that are fighting off that fourth spot. What do you think, Bram?
Yeah, looks definitely that way given the run rate where Rajasthan Royal. I think Rajasthan Royal is also Rajasthan Royal and Mumbai Indians right now. What they say is like mathematical possibility. The real possibility is with KKR and Punjab Kings.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
But I'm disappointed with the way Mumbai Indians are going. Because me being a Mumbai Indian fan, it's really disappointing to see where they're going.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there because they haven't got a bad side on paper, for God's sake.
The complete middle order and lower middle order is just not performing, and 3 continuous matches. It's all been the only batting we have seen is from the openers. So that's been disappointing.
I don't know what's going on. I really don't know. It's hard to really pick because there's no reason for this.
Good to see
Kohli be in there.
Kohli batting well. That is something good to see. So we have Kohli batting well. We have Rohit Sharma. We are batting well, but the middle order expected by India in the T20 World Cup is somewhat. Bowlers, I would say India could get a good bowling lineup. Bumrah is bowling well, and they can. Let's see. Because I'm looking at this IPL more like preparation for the T20 World Cup.
Well, I get your point, but the players are getting paid millions to be there, so they should be looking at it as the IPL are paying them millions, so they shouldn't be looking at anything other than doing well for that purpose. And it disgusts me if Warner's played so badly the first 2 games, and then he starts to play well towards the end. We know his motivation is not for the team; it's for himself. Correct.
Suman Shastri is talking about the Test Mace. I believe the Test Mace will be remaining with New Zealand right up to the next WTC Championship, right? The final.
Yeah.
It won't be because it's like a tournament now. So every year, whoever wins will get the Mace.
Well, I do like the fact that they've done this. That they've created a situation where they're making every game important.
Yeah, correct.
I just wonder how many people have been made aware of this show. So yeah, I mean, it's good to see women's cricket doing so well. It's happy because India being only 2-1 down, it could have well been 2-1 in front. Quite quite a big effort, really.
Yeah, but the match, honestly, like Norman, the match, if you ask me, I think Australia played very bad. The way the catches were dropped, like they dropped 10 catches and 10 really simple catches. Norman, India dropped. There was one catch with the wicket keeper also dropped. It just went balloon in the air. She was under the ball and she dropped. That was shocking to me. And then Australia gave some, I think, 37 extras. So I think it was a very fortuitous day for India, and they won. But anyway, I think it was karma deserving from the previous match. So from the previous match, I think it was karma acting in the next match that they won.
I think you're right.
No name is as a MI fan posted in how do you feel after yesterday's loss? Completely dejected and discombobulated. What is going on?
Discombobulated.
Yeah. How did this happen?
That's a funny way of putting it. Discombobulated, I must say. So we're looking at, okay, what are they saying? With a toss less than 30 minutes away now, there's still enough time for them. Okay, so they're not saying much about the game, really.
Toss is 15 minutes away, right?
Yeah, 15 minutes. But that's, yeah, it was less than 30, which is 15. You're right. It's very disappointing. It's very disappointing to see Sunrisers Hyderabad now. Every game they play, we haven't got any expectations of them doing well. And we don't really care because they're not going to win. They're not going to get through. Rajasthan Royals, as I said, if they win today, what happens? They come through. They go to fourth, clear fourth.
SRH is not out. They are still in mathematically. Yeah? Hyderabad, like if stars are aligned, might go through also. So I don't think that Hyderabad are.
Sunrisers Hyderabad have to beat everybody from now on. How are they going to do that?
And they need others to lose also. But they are not out yet mathematically. That's for sure.
Psychologically, they're packing their bags. What are you talking about? They've won one match. If they lose tonight, they're out. Correct?
Yeah, they'll be out even mathematically.
Yeah, which is going to be. You watch what happens then. So let's look at the SRH squad. Kane Williamson, we know how good he is. Abdul Samad, pretty good middle-order player. Abhishek Sharma, not bad. Khalil Ahmed hasn't been that good. Thumpy hasn't played. Priyam Garg, I don't know anything about him. Goswami, the Kiwi batsman. And Jason Holder played well the other night. Yeah. Kedar Yadav, now didn't he play for India not long ago?
Yeah, long. He was even the Chennai team. But there are a lot of memes in the social media about him, and it's not good. In fact, after Holder, he had the next best strike rate. So people were like making memes about him. That in the previous match, Kedar Jadhav made 12 of 12 balls, so he had 100% strike rate. So everybody was like, "Wow, Kedar! Oh my God, Kedar!" There was no one like Kedar.
But he played Test cricket, correct? That's right. Correct. He played against Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka. And he didn't do too badly. He did okay, didn't he?
But last two, at least IPLs have not been good, and I don't see him going much. I doubt in the next IPL he would be even picked up by any team.
No. And the bowling for SRH, they've got another Rajan still out. Nadeem, who played a test match. Rahman, Nabi, Bhuvi Kumar. They have got pretty good bowlers, but their batting is shite. It's not doing well at all. It's almost frustrating to talk about the team. They haven't got Bairstow, which was a massive loss. Mm-hmm. But then you look at the Rajasthan Royals side, you get more excited when you see their side. Samson, Akash Singh, Rawat, Karyappa, Dubé, Gopal, Jaswal, who's playing well. Tiagi's bowling good. Evan Lewis is a good bat. Liam Livingston, we haven't seen him yet really perform. And you got Miller, Morris, Rahman, Parag, who looks pretty good. Glenn Phelps, we haven't seen him play yet. Shamsi played the other day.
Yeah.
Tawatia. And they've got O'Shane Thomas. I think he's gone back. Una Dwight. Yeah.
Tewati also has been a disappointed last 2 seasons almost. I think.
Well, after today's match, all teams have played 10 matches. How many do each team play overall? 14?
So 4 more for each team.
So if SRH win every game, including today, they'll be on 12 points.
Yeah.
They won't get through. That's not good enough. You need 16.
There is a combination where, let's say, the others lose, and there is a way that SRH can go through. So technically, it's still.
Yeah, that's extremely pipe dreamish.
That's why I said the planets and the stars and the moons all need to be aligned.
There's some discussion whether Rajasthan Royals will bring Glenn Phillips in. I don't think they will. I don't think Rajasthan Royals need to change this side at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They had a good enough side on the day.
So
I wonder if
like,
everybody realised that.
So, like, let's say there's a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse on the same day. SRH might go through. You can see the chances.
Oh, come off it.
So when was
Manu
the last?
Johns has got. Where is Manu Johns getting his position? He says there's a 6% chance, 12% chance of qualifying. That's pretty pathetic.
The chances
It'll go down to single digits.
I said chances of
So
HRS.
CSK or D. Ram's asking Norman CSK or DD means DC. Who will win the tournament. I'm still saying Delhi Capitals.
Suman Maxwell looked like he's a left-handed. Yeah, I think out of 90% of the shots he played was left-handed shots.
So, what's his name? James Roy. He's not here, is he?
Not.
Because they're saying if Warner fails again, they might bring in Nabi, Pandey, and Jalov. They may drop him. Really, Warner, after being dropped for that previous match in the first leg, has done nothing but get out for a duck and 2 runs since.
I think the match that he was dropped was his best performance, where he played well as a ball boy. He was really looking enthusiastic and energetic. Well, when on the field where he's actually playing, I don't see that enthusiasm and the energy.
Yeah. So Ankit Agarwal saying Jason Roy is here. Well, he's not listed on their team list.
Ram has a very good comment. I think makes sense.
Read it out.
Shouldn't the LBW line change if the batsman tries to switch it? Pitch outside leg stump should change to pitch outside off. For me, I believe both should be allowed. It should be either way. If it pitches, if a batsman switches, it should be allowed.
You can move around as much as you like. It's still the same set of stumps, isn't it? Effectively. All right, we've got some 7 minutes before the toss. Now, they've just announced that Jason Roy gets his cap for the Sunrisers. So one change 11 is confirmed probably for Warner. We could see Warner dropped. Jason Roy gets the cap.
I don't think they'll drop Warner.
Well, if they're bringing Jason Roy, what are they going to do then? Yeah, just got Mitchell Marsh. It was a big loss for SRH. Well, I don't think much of him, to be honest with you. But Jason Roy getting his cap, that says something, doesn't it? Don't you think?
Yeah, after a long time.
Jeez, what an insult for Warner. Oh, my God.
If he's dropped, let's see. Let's not count our chickens.
Why not? Why not? Oh my God, I can't believe that if he gets dropped, that you would have to argue that he won't be put back in the side again for the rest of the series.
Yes.
Unless Jason Roy makes a meal of it. That is pretty hard. So Warner's been dropped twice. Hang on. How could you get dropped twice in the one series?
Maybe for different things. Mohammad Nabi is also good. Someone they can get in. Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Yeah, but Jason Roy is a good. Jason Roy will be opening the batting for England in the World Cup.
Who opens the T20 batting? Is it Roy and Besto or is it someone else?
Yep, no, is it Roy and Besto? Yeah, I think it is Roy and Besto.
Even Monday.
Roy and Butler, or Roy and Roy and Butler, Roy and Besto, one of the two. It might be Butler actually.
Okay.
Can you believe it? Can you believe this? The man that captained Sunrisers Hyderabad to a winning IPL victory, some 5 years ago? Was it 5 years ago? 2016?
Don't remember. I think 15 or 16 or maybe 14.
Yeah, okay. So 5-6 years ago, who captained the team to winning, has been dropped once as captain and a part of the team, come back in, scored duck and two, and is now dropped again. That's, I would argue, the end of him playing in this series, and I don't think Sunrisers Hyderabad will be picking him up next year. And you'll find
one thing is good, Norman, that I realized that cricket slowly is deciding that it's going to a point where past performance don't decide your place in the team, which I like it.
Yep.
And I want it to be that way because I've seen this big bane with the Indian team, and I hope it changes soon. Like we don't carry on with players for matches and matches. 2 or 3 matches not perform, you out, get the next guy in. Because there is a lot of talent in this, especially for T20. You look at the India can easily put up 3 teams, the amount of talent available.
I mean, you have to think about this. Australia's batting lineup is Warner up the top, right? Aaron Finch is injured with some doubt. Steve Smith's not playing a single game. Didn't go to West Indies or Bangladesh. Maxwell's the only one that's showing any batting form. Mitch Marsh is not even here. He played well. He may scrape in. They're bowling. Hazelwood's only played a dozen or so T20 internationals. Realistically, not playing as a team beforehand, being beaten by Bangladesh and the West Indies, has to spell a large cloud, a large end to Australia's hopes.
Correct.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I see only 2 or 3 players which are performing in the Australian team, so the prospects don't look good unless you see the traditional Aussie miracle which you see in World Cups. But T20 has not been a good hunting ground for the Kangaroos.
No. And what I'm saying to you there as well is that
is there a nickname for the Australian cricket team? Like the baggy green, I know it's for the Test, but for the T20 and ODI?
What nickname?
Like you have the Wallabies or something like that.
No, we don't have a nickname for the shortened version. The team's still just at the.
Okay.
I don't know of any nickname for them. No, you're right. Wallabies and the like. That's no. I'm just trying to think. What do we call ourselves? Really, it's the Australian cricket team. It's not really. It's a good point. We haven't got a name. The Kangaroos are the rugby league. The Wallabies are the reunion. You're right. In
India previously, I remember in the 90s we used to call the Kangaroos, but I think after that nobody calls them now. But it was a very common term.
eagerly awaiting the selection. If Dave Warner is dropped here, right, that means there's 4 matches left after this, correct?
Yeah.
I would say that you will see that's the end of Warner. And in as much as playing for Sunrisers Hyderabad this season. Because why would you drop him this match? You wouldn't. Why would you then bring him back in when they've,
Well, they gave him 2 or 3 tries to perform, but
well, he was actually dropped
he did
previous thing. He's been given 2 chances. Now he's
So,
dropped again.
just asking questions like for the next IPL, each team is allowed to keep 2. Is it compulsory they have to keep 2, or they can just say I don't want anybody? Any idea?
I don't think it's ever compulsory, but most IPL squads pick them because they think they need them.
And also to keep the identity. Like, see, Mumbai Indians have very clearly, I think they have already announced it will be Rohit Sharma and Bumrah. So to keep the right identity. Similarly, Chennai for sure, Dhoni, and then I don't know, maybe Jadeja. They will keep that to keep the identity. Then Bangalore will be Virat Kohli and maybe AB de Villiers.
Are you saying that with fact, or are you saying that's what they've announced?
Most probably. Mumbai Indians is the only one that has been, it's not announced officially, but it's announced.
So
that it will be
Rajasthan Royals have won the toss.
And bat first.
Rajasthan Royals won the toss and they're batting first. Interesting. Have Rajasthan Royals won their games batting first before?
I think so, yeah. Maybe in the previous matches they're saying that batting first is the better thing to do.
So Rajasthan Royals win the toss and elected to bat. Samson's saying the atmosphere suits batting first. This is again it's not a day, it's a night game, isn't it? The last defeat was hard, and we are a much better team because of it. Tyagi is out. Tyagi is out due to injury, with Morris and Lewis in, Shumsey Miller out. There's no mention of Warner being out though. So we were wrong, I think.
Tyagi out due to with Morris and Lewis.
Oh no, hang on. We're talking about Rajasthan Royals. That's not SRH. What I'm talking about. That's Rajasthan Royals. Okay.
So Tyagi
has injured himself.
He's out. Shamsi is out, and Miller is also out. So they have gotten Morris and Lewis, and who's the third guy?
Yeah, well, they haven't lost anything, have they?
They are mentioning 3 people are out: Tyagi, Shamsi, and Miller, whereas in is only Morris and Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah, so Samson, the captain of the Rajasthan Royals, has said the atmosphere suits batting first, being probably due towards the end of the day. I'm guessing the last defeat was hard and we are a much better team for it. Tyagi is out due to injury, which is a pity, with Morris and Lewis in, Shumsey Miller out. So is there a third player that's out too? All Williams has said is it's important we adapt quickly. And what's that? What sort of comments that? Adapt quickly. They're gone.
Important we adapt quickly. Okay, so Warner, Pandey, Jadhav, and Khalil are out. Warner is out. Warner, Pandey, Jadhav, and Khalil are out.
They're not saying yet why he's out, are they?
Oh, why you want to know that, Norman? Why you want to sprinkle salt on the wounds?
Well, I think he needs to be, made an example of, I'm afraid. Actually, the page has gone a bit funny. Here we go.
You are very much against both Warner and Smith.
No. I'm against somebody who deserves to be talked about that way. That's what it's not about just being nasty. The man has done
No, but it's
several.
correct. You are justified. I'm not saying that your emotions are. I won't say emotions, but what you're saying is very logical and justified. They have not. How can you put it? They have not given credit to the game of cricket first, and then second being the Australian culture or the Australian tradition of playing cricket. It's they are not within that game plan, you can say.
Okay, just quickly. Williamson's words were, important we adapt quickly. Mm-hmm. Roy at the top comes in for Warner, right? I guess today is something fresh. The young guys have come in. He's guessing. He's the captain. There's almost this attempt to undermine the selectors here. Even Warner was doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Means you're saying the undertone is like it's not his decision, it's the selector's decision, something like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost like William saying, "Oh, looks like we've gone for young people today." He should know that he's the captain. He should be a part of that selection process. Not like he has to guess what happened to the selections. He needs to know.
David Warner has not even come to the ground today.
Really?
Yeah.
Who said that?
I'm saying it. Because I read it.
How do you know that?
It's on same Crick Info. Just refresh.
It is confirmed that David Warner is not at the ground today. Well, he's not back there because he's injured.
So he's not even.
He's embarrassed. All this, no, Baram, I know what it is. He's spat his dummy. He's upset. Okay? He's embarrassed. He's upset. He's insulted. Why? He deserves it. This is actually getting worse. The previous time he was dropped, he had the decency to turn up and be a so-called like water boy type person, right? This is, something's horribly wrong here.
Maybe they all have decided also that anyway this team is going to be wrapped up next year. It will be new. They might not even play for Sunrisers Hyderabad. So
yeah, but you still got 4 games to. But Baram, you still got 4 games to play. You can't. He's getting paid. He's getting paid millions of dollars to be here, and you spit your dummy and don't turn up when you're dropped. Steve Smith's been there the whole time. What's going on here? This is horrible. It's getting worse. It's actually getting worse.
But Norman, look at it this way. If he anyway would be getting paid, whether he comes to the ground or he does not come to the ground, he anyway would be getting paid.
Yeah, but
maybe
if I was paying you millions of dollars,
he's trying to protest also, like this is a way of protesting. Could be a possibility.
This just shows how spoiled he is. So, okay, let's go through the sides quickly. Jason Roy with Ridham Saha, Kane Williamson, Priyam Garg comes in, I think, too. Abhishek Sharma, Abdul Samad, Holder, Khan, Kumar, Siddharth Kaul, and Sandeep Sharma. I can't even recognise that team. Rajasthan Royals, Lewis, Jaswal, Samson, Liam Livingston, Lomror, Parag, Tawatia, Chris Morris, Sakaraya, Unad Kat, he's a good bowler, and Rahman. So quite a few changes there.
4 changes is a big number. Abdul Samad is like an all-rounder, right? Or he doesn't bowl?
Who?
Abdul Samad.
He can bowl, yeah.
Okay.
He's a good player, actually.
But looks like the
Absolutely.
way, as you said with Kane, I think it looks like the Sunrisers. I think the whole team is in a mess. I think they're not even happy with Kane Williamson. This looks the way.
Well, the fact that I'm just reading into the comments by Kane Williamson.
I mean, could we be normal that we might be overthinking this problem would be on the management side, and that's what frustrated Warner to act that way, and now Kane
If
Williamson.
you're a professional getting paid multi-millions of dollars, you turn up, whether the management's bad or not. You hold your head up high as a professional.
But that's now. I agree. I'm not talking about today, but I'm talking previously where, well, let's say if the management is of such a bad behavior that they want to call the shots and the captain has nothing much to say or into it, which captain will like to even be the head of the team? It is just like namesake you are having a captain. If that is the way, then that's not good. And I'm actually getting those kind of feelings from the Hyderabad team.
I'll be honest with you. This is my thoughts about today's game. I have no desire to even watch this match. I'm that disgusted with what I've just heard regarding Warner not turning up, the Williamson even making an inference that they're putting younger guys inside. I still can't get over the fact that Warner's been sacked twice, dropped twice. But you know what it is though, Baram, it's his attitude. He would be carrying out like a pork chop around everybody. I reckon that's what it is. And I remember, I think the first 29 matches, I'm not sure what I told you, but you watched the dugout. You had Bairstow and Williamson way away, talking quietly together, and Warner somewhere else.
Correct.
Really, the Indian fans should be disgusted with this. If he's not, I'm going to demand to know the reason why he didn't come to the ground today.
Maybe they'll say COVID.
I mean, if he's injured, he's not injured. He's not injured, okay? He's not injured. If it's attitudinal, he should be there. I prefer him, like at least the last game when he was dropped, he bothered to be around the team. But now he's been dropped a second time. He's embarrassed. He's insulted. He spat his dummy. Whether it's this is just who would be picking Bourne up next season? Who'd be stupid enough to pick him up if they fight? If it comes out that he was spoiled, spat his dummy.
There are two new teams coming up, Norman. So I feel he will definitely get a place. It's not that it's only this IPL that he has been bad. If you see. So
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very disappointed. Every time there's another chapter to this. This is another chapter.
Well, best drink and make merry. That's what I can say.
It is really, really, really hard to comprehend here. You would have to argue that Rajasthan Royals have everything to play for because if they win today, they go on to clear fourth. They're going to smash SRH.
Well, you look at the other way also. SR has nothing to lose now. And when you have I remember we were like when in my school time when we were in a football tournament, he was nearly out. We were playing so badly in the first half, and it was still drawn out. Then our coach also left. He said like, "You guys are useless." And when he left, we played and we scored 4 goals, and the other team and they were like the top team. And then when we came back running, winning, our coach got shocked. What the hell happened? So
read this.
Psychology.
Read that comment.
Warner does good advertisement with his Insta, posting Indian related content. That's correct. So he's good.
But he does that why does he do that? Is he sincere?
Yeah, he's smart. You can say that, Norman. in the end, getting a fan base, getting a that's what sell, and that's what IPL. You should remember primarily is that's how the 100 format came. So
Yeah,
some
but Indian supporters and fans also wanting to play cricket and to
how
be
old
good
is
for
one?
the
How old is one? By the way, he's what 34, 35?
33 or 4, I think.
Okay, so he
He
has
could be older.
6, 7 years more. Depends on how long you want to play.
Oh, he's made already enough money, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
He's already made enough money. My God, there's about 20 people called Warner that's played cricket for countries. Amazing. There's a Warner that played for Fiji. Where is his name? Oh, he's born in 1986. So he's 35 actually.
And you see, he's the only foreign player who does this gimmicks on TikTok. So there are a couple of Indian players who do that. I think who's that? Yuzvendra Chahal, if I'm not wrong, but I think in the foreign players, he's the only one who does this.
Well, he reckons his two or three young children have put him up to it. That
He gets his own family. So that's also a good thing, right? He makes it a family event. So that's also a positive thing to know.
So what are we talking about now? Are you trying to convince me, Baram, that Instagram's his success now? It might be the only thing he'll be doing because other than a new franchise and existing.
No, what I'm saying is that he has created a good fan base, and that's also something for any team to pick him up. And he has only had one bad IPL normal. Like that, so it's not that he has done so bad that nobody will pick him up. At least I can say that. Let's hope. So Sumant is UB and his wife dance. So
What?
Sumant is saying UB also gets his wife to dance. UB, I think gets his father also.
Ashok Datani talks about Moeen Ali's retirement from Test cricket. Interesting, because he only played just the last series. He didn't play too badly. He played 64 Tests though. He played quite a while. Good on him.
Correct. What was the reason he gave that? Why did he retire from Test? Because he couldn't take the long bubbles, right? The staying long time away from the team.
I don't know whether it was that. I think you think it was that?
Yeah, that's what the reason he gave. So
hang on.
So England are playing India also, right? In this WTC again.
In the World Cup.
In India. Not the World Cup. I'm talking about Test. There's no India England this time. Means England in India.
What are you talking about? You talk about when does that?
Is there a England versus India Test series to be played in India as part of the WTC? I think not.
No. Now, hang on. Let me just get this right. Are you saying that Akash Chopra, I'm not happy with Warner's attitude? What have I said? I've said it all along. If he's not come to the ground, I don't care what happened. Management form, he should be there. He's been sacked twice. And that's due to his form, I'm afraid. He can't blame anyone else.
Correct.
Can he? It's horrible. This is quite a boil over. This is imploding gone to another level, hasn't it? Really?
Yeah, but you see the news that is getting out. The Warner has not come to ground, and people are like watching. Oh, he has not come and confirmed. So he's not in the toilets. He's not in the dressing room. Imagine the kind of snooping around that people do.
See, if he was smart, he would have turned up today, as he did the first time. Okay? Because players come in and out of the side all the time, don't they? But it's been brought to this is brought. if you know how people get changed all the time. We've seen players in and out of all the teams, haven't we? So they don't go and stay back in the hotel, do they? He's only brought this problem to a head.
You are assuming he's in the hotel.
Look, this comment here about we take into account his mental health. No. It's self-created. It's totally and utterly self-created. You do not, as captain of Sunrise Hyderabad, go out the front at the toss and say, we've got 4 new players, here's the team sheet, go and have a look at that. That's not mental stress. That's just sheer abhorrent, disgusting behaviour. Okay? For him to go through sandpaper gate, to take on Quentin de Kock the way he did, to carry on like he did, to be fake about everything he's done, to come out with this TikTok crap. It just keeps going. It just gets worse. He gets dropped. He gets dropped from the captaincy and the team. Then he must have really talked his way back into being given another chance. He scored a duck and 2 runs, and now he's dropped again. But it's not, you know what? It's not the fact that he got a duck and 2 runs. It's the fact that his attitude. They've dropped him because his attitude would poison the entire team. That's why. We don't know. Maybe Trevor Baylor said, "Hey, Dave."
Norman, maybe there's a simple answer to this. Like his tummy might be upset, or he might be pregnant. Who knows?
Pregnant? I don't think so. His tummy upset. If he'd been dropped, your tummy would be very upset.
Yeah.
This is right. The way Steve Smith is acting, Steve Smith's sitting there calmly in the dugout. He hasn't been selected for Mumbai, for Delhi Capitals. He's not spinning his dummy.
Chris Gayle, you see, like when he's not playing the match, he's like very cool, calm, and like, who the fuck cares? You know, that kind of attitude. Like, you should see Chris Gayle also. He has a very nice.
Exactly. Who doesn't care? He doesn't care because he's been paid millions. Oh, look.
Behram was Chibus. Just an explanation.
Manish Pandey also dropped. Do you see any future for him? Well, is Manish Pandey there today? Is he there in the crowd? At least he got the decency to turn up.
Could be there. Not.
Really, one of the most disappointing situations I've seen in a long time. And the audiences will drop off too. Steve comes in for feeling as well. Yeah, look, Steve Smith is actually taking his situation very well. You know, he's not spitting the dummy, is he? He's not even being selected. Warner's being selected and taken. Yeah, he should have. Well, if Warner hasn't set up the game today, he won't play another game, will he?
If maybe there is a COVID outbreak or many people are injured, they have no other option.
Now you're talking through your bottom.
Nothing is impossible. It's
Are you trying to tell me there's a reason why he's not there? A valid reason?
Well, I like Warner. It's not okay. Not like, but a good enough like. So at least give him some support. Give him some slack.
I've given him a lot of slack for some time now, and he keeps disappointing me. Maybe he needs to reach a bottom, you know. Maybe this will be the bottom for him.
Ashok Dattani, Behram, please stop gaslighting. Warner's behavior is disgraceful. I agree. I'm just trying to coax Norman to get more expletives out about him. So Norman can give more secrets.
I can tell. He's got some real problems, the poor man.
Suman Shastri is saying is South Africa tour for India the final frontier in Test cricket. But given the current situation, yeah, it is it right now has become just on paper. Honestly, it's like an on paper thing. Given
they're going to smash them. They're going to smash South Africa. They're going to smash them. Rabada and Norgay, good bowlers, but the South African batters are just not good enough. And with guys like Siraj now and Thakur, Washington Sundar, they're gonna be looking forward to it. Must be exciting for them in a way, really.
Correct.
All right, we've got some. How long we got to go? We've got only a few minutes to go. So, what's your prediction for today, Baran?
Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Are going to win.
Yes.
Why?
Because they have nothing to lose.
I'll tell you what, if they do win, it'll be even more embarrassing for
Rajasthan Royals.
Well, certainly Rajasthan
I
Royals.
want to win so that Mumbai Indians has a better chance. That's my.
Well, Rajasthan Royals are batting first, right? I mean, Jason Roy could have some fun here. He's got nothing to lose, has he? He's got nothing to lose.
Actually, batting first and looking to score on this ground is difficult.
You think so? Why?
Because of the low scoring, and you really don't know what pace you need to go to. The teams that have lost batting second, look at the teams like they are where the batting itself is not clicking for them.
Isn't it amazing to see a Sunrisers Hyderabad side without Warner there after being the captain of the team and all of that?
A winning captain, a captain who got them the trophy.
Okay. Credit to him for that. Massive credit for that. Okay. But this is 5 years down the track. Okay. What he's doing now is undoing all the good things he's done. Okay. That's what the problem is there. It's a matter of him now undoing all the good things that he did. Really, really sad. So I can see Williamson there batting up.
Aparna did not come online. And what about you said some Sri Lankan guy is coming, Kathil, right?
Yeah, he said that he was coming online. I don't know what's happened to him.
What was his name?
He's on his way home. He's on his way home.
Kithmal.
Kithmal Wimalawira.
Sri Lankans do really have long last names. Ashok Dattani, again, Norman spot on. How's your lottery going on, Norman? Like winning anything over there? I hope you are buying tickets right now.
No, I was just messaging that guy that we just spoke about. So here we are. The umpires are coming out now. A few minutes early. Parag needs to perform state. I think Parag's a good player. Which two teams will qualify for the T20 World Cup? Qualify. Okay, I would say. I think is USA a chance?
Is what?
USA a chance of qualifying.
For what?
The World Cup.
The ODI World Cup or the T20?
Not the ODI, the T20 World Cup.
This one, the one in October?
Yes.
Okay. I don't.
No, I think isn't PNG Oman, USA, I think Scotland or Ireland, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka haven't qualified yet either.
Sri Lanka and Bangladesh for sure will qualify. Then the next team, I would say from one group.
Look it up while we're talking.
There is Netherlands, there is. I don't know where you suddenly got this into the picture.
Kithmal's coming now.
No, I was saying that for the semi-finals, do you want to do a watch along with commentary?
Yes, absolutely. Definitely.
So Oman.
So I understand Agarwal said PNG, Oman, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. I said those teams. I thought the USA was also there. I think Ireland and USA are also there. I think it's PNG, Oman, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Ireland, and USA. It might even be Scotland.
Four teams, right? From 4, 2 will go through.
So only 4 teams.
Oman, Papua New Guinea, Bangladesh, and Scotland are in one team.
Yeah. Okay. Ireland, Sri Lanka,
Netherlands, Sri Lanka, and Namibia in the other team. Where is USA? USA is not even there in the mix. So what are we?
Go through them again. Slowly. Go through them again.
Oman, Papua New Guinea, Bangladesh, and Scotland. These are the 4 teams in one team. Yeah, like Abhishek has put that.
Say it again. PNG, Oman, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And
the other group is Ireland, Netherlands, Sri Lanka, and Namibia.
So USA missed out.
Yeah, USA is not even there in the qualifiers.
Oh, well, that was my mistake.
Abhishek Agar or USA in B? I don't think so. Only Ireland, Netherlands, Sri Lanka, and Namibia.
I thought you said Coney Island there.
Which World Cup are we talking about? That's why I asked you when you said that they'll qualify, you're talking about the ODI World Cup or you're talking...
Well, the first ball's bowled.
Something was missing.
So I did say, didn't I? I said, let's have a look here. I did actually say, so Sandeep Sharma is opening the bowling for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Okay, so
I think David Warner is on the way to the ground.
You're just making. He's doing. If he comes now because he's been told to get there. You're being nasty. Kithbal, would you get on here? Kithbal's in the background. He's making comments, but he's not getting on the screen. Kithbal, well, Marrera, come on screen. I haven't spoken to you since we played you against. He was playing for the Trinity College school team there with he and Nirosh Dickwell opened the batting. This is a very low-level game, this game. Really low-level game.
It's going to be a very... Talking about Norman, this is El Clasico from the other side.
So US and Canada. So, again, I want you to tell me the 4 teams, please.
Oman...
8 teams, I should say.
Yeah, Oman...
8 teams. So 8 teams are playing off for how many spots? 4.
4 spots, yeah. So I'll tell you. The first group is Oman, Papua New Guinea, Bangladesh, and Scotland. So
Bangladesh. So out of that group, Oman, Bangladesh,
Papua New Guinea, and Scotland.
So 2 teams go through. You would argue Bangladesh would be one of them. The second side is very interesting.
Remember BOPS, BOPS, BOPS. So Bangladesh, Oman, Papua New Guinea, Scotland. BOPS.
I actually think that my prediction there is Bangladesh and Papua New Guinea. Scotland's expected to go through, but I think Scotland might miss out. All right, and the other half is?
Papua New Guinea. The other group is Netherlands, Ireland, Sri Lanka, Namibia.
Well, Ireland should go through, and you would hope Sri Lanka would go through.
So the other group is SIN-N, SINN. Just mnemonics to remember.
It's messy no matter what. Imagine if Sri Lanka don't get through. Imagine if Netherlands...
The other teams, Sri Lanka from these groups should really get through.
Honestly, you can't say that.
In fact, they should have had 2 more teams, maybe 6 to go have a little longer play. Who knows?
What? How many months have they got to do that, Baram?
They have a separate qualifier for that.
What? Have a whole year to do it or something?
Anyway, the cricket is played the whole year round. What normal? What difference is it making you add more? By anyway, people watch what they want to watch.
You're forgetting that these 8 teams already went through qualification rounds to get there.
Yeah.
They would have played a series of
Correct.
qualification matches over the last 12 months, if not longer, to get to the point where they are now.
Sri Lanka has found another mystery spinner. Who's that?
It's not hard to do that. There's plenty there in the regions of India, of Sri Lanka, I tell you. Plenty.
So the first actual match starts on 23rd October. So we have 2 matches on that
Is that
day.
a catch?
Yeah. Australia, South Africa, and England, West Indies.
Was that a catch? It was a catch.
I'm not watching.
It was a nice shot, but it was a catch.
Lewis is out.
It's a beautifully played shot, magnificently hit, but straight down the throat of the person backward square.
Deep backward square leg.
Who was that that got out? Evan Lewis, the West Indian.
The danger man is out. I think if they get Samson out cheaply, then there's no one else for RR also.
I don't know this. What's happening here? Mahesh Thikshana is the name of the mystery spinner. Mahesh Thikshana. Now, Kithmal, stop putting private. He's here. Hang on.
I know.
Well, look who's here. Kithmal Wimalawira, how are you?
I'm good. I've been seeing you on and off on Facebook, but it's been a while, no?
Been a long while.
Yes.
So the last time we saw each other, we played 2 games against each other, didn't we?
Yes, we played 2 games.
There was the game you played for Trinity College.
Yes.
With Niroshan Dikwella.
Yeah.
You both opened.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So what happened to you? Why aren't you playing? Why didn't you play a high level cricket? Why did Niroshan Dikwella get all the?
So I gave up cricket to being a banker. I'm a professional banker now. So.
But you don't play any cricket at all?
I played a couple of years for my club at school, the Old Trinity Sports Club, and then right now I don't play. Yeah. We do on and off. We play a mercantile cricket.
When you come to Australia, you're going to play here, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's the plan.
So, Baramarani meet Kithmal Wimalawira. Now, Baram.
Hi.
So the fact is, Kithmal here, Baram, it's 10 years ago, is it? It's at least 10 years ago.
Probably about 11, 12 years, yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 31 now.
So but Niroshan was not 19 when he played. He was younger.
No,
wasn't
no. Niroshan was 3 years younger than me.
So he was about 16. 15, 16.
He was 16. Yes.
All right. So they played against me at a Trinity College match. I remember we had a guy called a blonde bowl who bowled 140 kilometres per hour. We played you at Palakela when there was no stands.
Yes. And before the stands were built, no, it was
correct. And he bowled to Niroshan Dikwella. He ran in the wicket and sweeped him over the fence for 6. Never forget that.
I remember that very well.
All right, so I want you to tell me, in your thoughts, what happened to Niroshan Dikwella. What's going on?
I think, see, we all know what happened, but he'll be back. I see him practicing hard every day. He's going to the gym now. So I think people make mistakes, right? It's not the end of the world. So
Exactly.
I mean, we being a very traditional country, we take things a little bit serious than the other countries, I'd say. But discipline is a key. Having said that, but I think he'll be back. He'll be back for sure. Because I see
Oh,
I see a motivated Dikwala now. Every day he's going to the gym. I see everything on Instagram. So he's on his way. I think he'll be playing the Sri Lankan Premier League hopefully in December. So hopefully should be fine.
So when can he play for the country?
I think next year. I'm not quite sure on the dates, Norman, but we don't have much cricket. I mean, there is no upcoming tours also. So he will qualify for the Sri Lankan Premier League. So he should be back next year.
Okay, well, that's great. That's great to hear. He'll be missed in the World Cup. That's the problem.
Yeah, that'll be a big loss, yes. Because if you look at his career, he was playing well for our Test team also. He's been very consistent over the past few months. So it's a shame that he's not in the mix. But what to do? No, these things. I hope he'll learn from these mistakes and be a better man.
Not forgetting, he hasn't scored a Test century though. He scored so many 50s.
Yes, he was very close to score his maiden century. He played extremely well against West Indies and also against England. He'll get there one day.
Well, his very first Test match, he almost scored a century as well.
Almost scored a century. He scored 74 against a tough South African attack. I remember him ramping, staying over the third man, and it was a great game for him. But yeah, in 2014, I think, yes.
Yeah, I remember that very, very well. It was an excellent time.
For me, there's no doubt he's the best wicketkeeper that we have. But in ODIs and T20, he needs to be consistent a little bit. But Test, hands down, he's there, right on top.
Well, his statistics, his record, he's already very close to knocking off. He only has to get ahead of Sangakkara, I think, and I think he's almost got the top position in terms of dismissals. Amazing. I watch him very carefully, as you know. And you know the women cricketers I take care of, like Shripali Wirukoti and Nilakshya Silva, Rebecca Van Dort.
I've seen them on Facebook with you.
It's like we've seen each other all the time. And now you've got a lovely wife.
Yes.
Haven't you?
Yes.
Very happy for you.
Thank
Baram, if you want to, Baram, did you want to go?
Yeah, I'll take a move. I'll make a move, Norman. Thanks for coming on. I hope to.
Thanks, Baram. Thanks.
Bye, Norman.
Thank you, Baram.
Bye, everyone. Do like and subscribe. Bye.
That's good. It's good to have you on this program I've had for most of this year. I get a lot of very good guests on. Not enough Sri Lankan guests. I've had Roshan Abhasinger on a few times. But yeah, we'll get more people on. You can be a part of this show if you want.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially as you eventually come to Australia, which you will. We'll get you into a role here. Why not go with the banking? You're with HSBC, aren't you, currently?
Yes.
Well, there's a HSBC here in Australia too, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you been watching the IPL much? Do you still watch cricket a lot?
No, I do watch IPL. See, I'm a big fan of Mumbai Indians, but now since Sri Lankans are also in the mix, so the interest gets diverted here and there because Sangai is running the show for Rajasthan Royals, and now Hasaranga is playing for the RCB. So not the RCB, Royal Challengers, yes.
So just can you tell me what's gone wrong with Sri Lankan cricket? Something really is not going well, is it?
Yeah, so it's hard to pinpoint what is going on, but I think maybe something to do with the administration as well. I think I see a lot of finally we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Because Mahele is coming back.
Well, that's the big decision.
Yeah.
Having
Right.
Mahela come back, having perhaps
Exactly.
Sanakara one day.
Because I think all these years, Mahela didn't want to come into the mix because of various reasons. Maybe it can be political reasons, or whether he doesn't want to be a part of that administration. But he's coming back. That means things are looking good in future.
No doubt. So if you've played no cricket in the last 10 years?
I played a lot of cricket. Norman, I played a Division 3 tournament. So I played for Old Indian Sports Club, and I played a little bit of cricket for Mercantile as well, for the bank. So
right. That's a pretty good standard of cricket, isn't it? The bank, Mercantile cricket.
Yeah, that's the way.
So, all right. I'm happy with the women's team because of Hashan Tilakaratne is now the coach.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he talked to me only a few days ago. It's great news. He's a fantastic bloke, and he knows his cricket and he does very well. So
yeah.
Where's your wife? Is your wife there?
No, my wife is not at home.
Where did you two meet? At school? No.
Pardon?
Where did you meet her?
Not at school, actually. I actually see one of my friend's sister knows her, so we get into touch like that. So
it's always fun to hear the stories. So
Hashan's son actually played for Trinity. He got about 100 wickets. So I think he has got a deal with I can't remember the club, but he's playing for a UK club. That's what I heard.
I saw that. Yes, he has two sons actually, doesn't he?
He has two sons. Yeah, one is a left-arm spinner.
That's right. It's intriguing though. Did you see what happened today with Sunrisers Hyderabad? Dave Warner was dropped.
Yes.
Again.
What a shame.
Again. And hasn't gone to the ground.
Yeah. Probably the only person to get dropped in a series, no? Twice. Yeah.
He was dropped first time as captain and player, and now back in. Did you know I predicted his third ball duck? On the Delhi Capitals, a large audience, I said he'll get out third ball for a duck, and that's what happened. I'm not a guru, but it was funny, very funny. So tell me your thoughts. Do you think Sri Lanka's got any chance of doing well in the World Cup this time around?
It's a good on paper, even though they are not a very experienced side. There are good things, good players coming up the ranks. So Hasaranga, he's not doing particularly well these few days. I think his form is not that great, but we all have seen he's a wonderful bowler. I think he's a number 2 ranked bowler in the world, and he's a good batter also. Even though he didn't score much in the recent few matches, but and apart from that, there was his Asalanka, who played extremely well against India, and he was brilliant against South Africa as well. So that's a new find for Sri Lanka. So, and also Chamira, after the injury, he's back, and also he's been picked by the Rajasthan Royals also for his good Bangalore's, I think, for his good performance against the Indian side.
What about upper order batsmen though? The Dinesh Chandimals, the Angela Matthews, the Tiranga, all gone.
My personal opinion would be, Norman, I think Matthews is struggling a little bit. I have not seen him scoring much runs in the domestic cricket as well. Dinesh Chandimal, we had to give it to him because he was dropped and he played well against the domestic sides, and he came back to the side. And I'm seeing a different Chandimal right now, because when he first came into the scene, and I have played against Chandimal when we played each other when we were schooling. So Dinesh Chandimal was always.
He went to Ananda College, didn't he?
He went to Ananda College, yes. So
yeah, he was close to Dian, Arjuna's son.
Yes. So we all played. If you look at Kusal Pereira, Dinesh Chandimal, they all from the same era, right? So they all played school cricket together, and also now Bhanuka Rajapaksa, they all played together. So Dinesh Chandimal used to be a brilliant cricketer back in the day, and he used to attack from the ball one. And when he first came into the scene, he was like that. But somewhere down the line, he lost his mojo. That's what I felt. But right now, I saw him against South Africa. He played I think he scored an unbeaten 60 odd on the second match, and he played brilliantly well. I mean, he attacked the spinners. So that's one thing where Sri Lanka is lacking, even though we are coming from a spin-friendly country. But then again, our batting against spin has been very weak over the past few years.
They need a dominant leader in the batting lineup.
True.
And that's where a guy like Nirosh Dickwella needs to come back in as well. He with Chandimal, Angela Matthews, maybe not. They've lost Upal Taranga, of course. He's gone. Yeah. And what happened to the other, Karunaratne? He doesn't play short form, does he?
He played ODI, but he's not playing the T20s.
No. But you need leaders like that so young blokes can come through. Yeah. Kushal Mendes and he's good, obviously, and the two Kushals, they're also banned like Nirosh Natha.
Yes. So Kushal Mendes, and the other one is Tanushka Gunatilaka, a promising left-hander again. So all three are banned right now. Bit unfortunate, I'd say. I mean, my personal opinion is having a cigarette is not a big deal, but the problem was with the bio bubble, breaching the bio bubble, because they put the entire team at a risk. But they are, for me, I'd say they were never given the chance to explain themselves also, because it was it was all over media. So I really didn't have the time to speak to Dikwal also to see what went wrong. But then again, I see a different man. I see every day he's practicing hard. So this can be a very good motivational factor for him also, because you can't measure a man's success by how high he climbs, right? So
that's true.
He has to bounce back every time he hits the ball.
But you need a core leadership group to stay there.
Absolutely.
And don't get chopped and changed. And that's what's happened too much of late. There's been chopping and changing going on all over the place. And that's disappointing. It really is. It's sad to see from my perspective. I'm sure from your perspective that, oh my God, there's a great catch just been taken here. Unbelievable catching. Been several good catches going on. Rajasthan Royals are...
Yeah, I think the first catch was also a good catch.
Yeah. But this game's quite low. So who do you think is going to win the IPL?
Oh, my heart says Mumbai Indians, but they've been struggling a lot. Recent few matches, they've been struggling a lot. So for me, it's
honestly,
still early.
Mumbai Indians are gone. They're pretty much gone. They have to win every single match. It's going to be an incredible. So just to let you know, people asking who you are, Keith Marlowe played a very high level of cricket among some of the best Sri Lankan players that we can talk about in the current era, from Chandimal through to obviously Nirosh Dickwella. You and he opened up for quite a while, didn't you?
Yeah, we opened about good 2 years. Yeah, we played together.
Yeah, he's done well though. He's played quite a good career. He just hasn't finished it off yet. He hasn't got that century at Test level.
Yeah,
but he's keeping his dismissals are right up there. I think it's only Prasanna Jayawardene and Sangakkara ahead of him, and he's getting very close to both of them. If he gets to play enough games, he'll go to the top of the tree. He's gone past. I'm pretty sure he's gone past Kalu already. So, and definitely Dinesh Chandimal. Even Harshani's gone past. So he's done very well. So yeah, Sunrisers Hyderabad. Warner's not. If he's been sacked twice, there's no way on earth he's coming back for any more games. He's not going to play any more games.
Yeah.
Why would they? You can't sack a guy twice and then have him play a game. What, sack him a third time? Unbelievable.
It's unfortunate that Marsh was injured as well, because he was playing really well. Lately for Australia, he's been
Mitchell Marsh.
Mitchell Marsh. Yes.
Yeah, but he's not really there. But that shows how mixed up our Australian squad is too under Langer, that we've got Mitch Marsh playing first drop. He shouldn't be playing first drop, even though he's doing okay there. Yeah. You've got Steve Smith on the sidelines not playing any games. Warner getting sacked twice by the Australian coach, Trevor Bayliss, who coached your country. I never forget when I saw Trevor Bayliss with Stuart Law one day, and I had a chat to them. They were both really upset because they'd seen the team sheet completely changed by the president. They picked a side, and then the president came along and put, I think, Joe Soria back in or something. It was quite a mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, I'm actually my heart's with the Kolkata Knight Riders, but I think Delhi Capitals will win this year.
Yeah.
So who do you really think?
Kolkata Knight Riders is also having a very exciting team. No, the left-handed opener is quite a revelation this time. Can't recall his name, but the tall left-hander.
Not Padikkal. No, Padikkal. No, Padikkal's playing for
Padikkal, yeah, not the.
Padikkal, yeah, Padikkal. I think it's Padikkal. Is it Padikkal? Was he playing for
Not
RCB?
Padikkal, no. I think Padikkal is a right-hander. I think there was a left-hander. Norman, he played quite well.
Are you talking about Venkatesh Iyer? No.
Iyer, yeah, that he's the one.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying that you think KKR?
My money is on KKR, yes.
You don't think Delhi? Delhi and CSK, they're doing really well. I mean, you have to really look at those two teams as being, they've already qualified for the semi-finals. They're both on 16 points. So.
Yeah, CSK is also going strong, even though their top players are not at the moment, they're not in very good form. Even Dhoni and even I think Raina was struggling a little bit. So,
but then they've got other players on that side that are doing well, though. I mean, Gaikwat's batting very, very well.
Yeah, I think he played against Sri Lanka last series. I think he scored a half century.
I think he did. Do you go to watch matches when they're playing?
Right now, Norman, we are on a lockdown for a good 2 years. We've been going on to lockdowns and going on and off. So we couldn't see the last Indian series, but on and off, I've been going, yeah.
Right. So you're in Kandy, aren't you?
Right now, I'm in Colombo, but my hometown is
down to Colombo. Yes. Whereabouts in Colombo? Whereabouts?
Right now, I live in Colombo 3, so which is very closer to the SSC, all the grounds. So NCC is very close. No, actually now I'm in Inner Flower Road.
Where?
Colombo 7, more or less.
Ah, after My Sinhalese is pretty good, don't you? You know I was married to a Sri Lankan. You knew that, didn't you? For 15 years, for God's sake. So Shripali Rurukoti, Nalakshi De Silva, Rebecca Van Dort, Nipuni Hansika, they've all been involved with me here in Australia. It's been great.
I see them quite often on your Facebook.
I'm sure you do. All right. Well, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate this. You're saying KKR is your pick.
KKR. Yes.
They're going to make the 4 though. At the moment, that they're only just in that 4 because RCB, DC, and CSK are 2 of them are through already.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard. But Mumbai Indians, it looks pretty sad for them, I'm afraid. They need
looks pretty sad, yes.
It's very, very sad. All right.
Thanks for having me, Noah.
My pleasure. So, everyone, all the viewers, we've got Kithmal Wimalawira here, a great friend from many years ago, could talk about great stories. We'll have him on regularly. Get you through the World Cup as well. Thanks for coming on, Kithmal. Thanks for joining.
Take care. Bye-bye. See you guys.
And write the emails and the details. We'll talk about the other things too.
Definitely. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Ciao, ciao. It's good to have him on the show. He does know Abhishek. Well, he knows. Kithmal knows the actual person you're talking about. Yes. Great to have him on, straight from Sri Lanka there, live from Sri Lanka. We had the likes of Baram he's based in the Philippines now, but he's Indian, of course. What happened to Warner? Great question. It's about the dummy. Clearly, he's in bad form. He's just too embarrassed. I don't know what's going on. Him not fronting up is a pretty poor thing. Well, when it was dropped for a second time in the series, sacked as captain and then dropped in the same match, came back after the second leg. He's got a duck and two, and he's self-dropped himself. I don't know what's going on. We haven't got the full story yet. We'll find out before too long, I'm afraid. Lack of form is certainly one of the things, but it's... So the way that Rajasthan rules are going, they're 1 for 49. Samson's on 19, and Jaswal, who's batting very well, is on 24. Rashid's into his first over. It looks like he's been clobbered quite easily there. These two, Jaswal and Samson. Obviously, they lost Evan Lewis very quickly, but it was a good shot, but he got out. One of the people at SH in the mega auction. What's my say? I'd say that almost there's no doubt, Hemant Rao, that Warner is not only not playing for SAH again, he may not play in the IPL. That's my prediction. If he does play, it'll be with one of the new two teams that need players, because his attitude, not his playing ability, is what's letting us down. I don't know what's happened in this particular instance. He's got out cheaply, yes, for a duck and two. That's not the issue. But if he's imploding so late in the piece before a World Cup, bad luck for Australia. At least Steve Smith's got the guts to not be playing for Delhi Capitals, but to be able to sit there on the sideline, go on the field like a 12th man and should. Respectful. The one that's impressed me the most is obviously Maxwell. Maxwell's been great with the bat and ball. He did a great job against for RCB against Mumbai Indians, showing his worth. And hopefully Maxwell keeps this form going when it comes to the World Cup, which will be on us pretty soon. Let's hope. Let's hope. So Samson is number 8 actually on the list of not that high. Warner will be picked by some teams. Yeah, he does. I'm afraid. Look what he's done with the sandpaper gate, Quinelli. Of course he has. He hasn't learned. No one has taught David Warner a lesson. Maybe that's what Trevor Bayliss has done there by sacking him twice. Trevor Bayliss, strong, good coach. Tom Moody, but Trevor Bayliss is there and he's doing a good job. That's clearly why he's been sacked. We don't know the full details, but it can't be just a form of the bat that's the reason for that. A lot of speculation around that, I'm afraid. Very poor indeed. And we've got this 2-minute 30 strategic timeout, which is basically a commercial break. Have you talked to Dr. Warner recently? I've spoken to his brother-in-law. They all think he's okay. I mean, he seems to be very harmonious with his wife and his kids. And they know where their bread is butter when it comes to TikTok and things like that. But yeah, Trevor Bayliss should be the coach of Australia. He's a brilliant tactician, well liked in England, well liked in Sri Lanka. No, he doesn't. He's a damn straight, very much like a Steve Waugh. Knows exactly what he's doing. Brilliant coach. Brilliant coach. So the way Rajasthan Royals are going, they're going to get a lot more on. Jason Roy, mate, and Williamson might resurrect the SRH innings. But how do I rate Jaswal? He's looking good today. He's looking very, very good. Very good indeed, Ashok Tatania. Very impressed with his batting. Mentally, they're very strong. There's the only way to describe that. Very, very strong. Warner is feeling marginalised now. No, he's not marginalised. He's been self-marginalised. From the very first leg, we see Bairstow and Williamson on the corner talking quietly, and Warner there. Warner was very rude publicly about the players in his team. They had to sack him. Management and coach. There was Tom Moody was there, was not doing much good, but Trevor Bayliss did it right. Said, right, you've been taken away from him, so you're taken from the team. They had a break. Second leg started, they gave him another chance. Got out third ball duck, then got out for 2. And he's either spat the dummy himself or Bayliss said enough is enough. And it's a bold move because they are now horribly placed at 1 win and probably heading down another loss here today. And Jason Roy who is a quality player who's about to play for England in the opening spot with either Bairstow or Butler, is a great player, and he could be the lifeblood they need. He's like for like for Warner. Williamson's come into captains and settled the team down. Hopefully they'll play better, but he marginalised that. You're self-marginalised in this situation. You create your own destiny. Look what he did with the sandpaper game. He absolutely ostracised himself by having the bowling unit of Stark, Hazelwood, Cummins and Lyon not happy with him. Steve Smith was too weak as a captain to take it, and he had to get him out of that position. Bancroft was just the fool, the stooge, who did the dirty work. All three of them. Now, Steve Smith hasn't helped himself too much. He won't be captain again in any hurry, and Langham won't be coach in any hurry. But the reality is that why is Smith not given an opportunity for Sterling? Because he's just not needed at the moment. But he's taken it on the chin and behaving. Why has not given cricket time for the past 2 years? That the reason he's not exactly he's distracted by other things. They've made enough money. Steve Smith, Warner, Watson, Michael Clark, they're all worth $30-40 million each. Pat Cummins as well on his way there. He's bought a $9.5 million house. They've got too much money. They don't need. They lost their way. I'm being honest with you. There's nothing to motivate them. Why should I care? I've got $30-40 million now. I've been there, done that. I'm not motivated. I play the IPL, they'll give me $700,000 sitting on the bench. There's no motivation. Someone tells you, go and sit on the bench and you get paid $400,000, you'll do it. Maybe be embarrassing to you, but you'll do it. Warner will do it on TikTok, but he's embarrassed about being. He will lose credibility here. He's worried about the money. He's sitting there thinking, "Oh my God, what am I going to do for the money now? I'm going to lose my millions for the next paycheck." The fact is, he's already got millions, so he won't be too much of a loss. It's terrible. I liked the guy. I liked him a lot, especially early on. I thought a lot of his batting was. I would always watch the match with Dave Warner batting. Now, his attitude's just ruined everything that he's ever done. It's very sad. It actually, I'm upset because I'm actually upset because I want to see him the way he used to be. Maybe he's got bad people around him. I don't know. There's something not right there. I thought very highly of him. He was a golden boy for me. He was a great batter. I loved watching him play. It was spectacular. But you can't spit your dummy and suddenly become someone else. You've got to perform at the highest level, I'm afraid. And have dignity. And he's lost all that dignity. Okay. Finch, okay. Players are now motivated by money, rather, exactly. So, Finch and Maxwell, only these two players can perform well at the World Cup. You're right. I've got a good feeling about Mozon Reeks, but he's not in the squad, I don't think, anymore. And Daniel Sams is another. Because Smith and Warner both are same player, playing with low strike rates. I have no idea who can perform well between batting line. Well, Marcus Stoinis was certainly one, but he's injured. Mitchell Marsh, I'm not so 100% about him, but I'd say Maxwell should be the captain. If Finch is not captain, then Maxwell should be captain. Finch should be captain and Maxwell vice captain. Those two can really both have a similar ilk, and they can be the ones to dictate. I think Maxwell should go early and really perform well. Maxwell's got the ability to resurrect Australia's short form game, undoubtedly. And the others should just follow his lead, if I'm being honest. So did you see the women's discussion we had? The discussion of the women's. Please watch that. This is a good discussion, a healthy discussion. Very, very healthy discussion. Okay. What players do you think will be retained by the different franchises? Can you point some out? Well, we talked about, I think RCB will still maintain with Coley for sure. With De Villiers, I'd say there still would be, maybe Maxwell as well. Then CSK will probably now look away from Dhoni, especially if he retires. Interesting to see what they do. Owen Morgan seems to be staying in KKR's mindset. Delhi Capitals were rock solid with their lot. I mean, they're going to want to keep Punts and Shreyas Iyer for sure, and Ishan. Quite a few players they want to keep on that side. And then you've got, Samson will stay with Rajasthan Royals. Punjab Kings, well, they've got a bit of a soul searching to do. KRL, who's still good though, certainly. And then the likes of the new franchises as well. So that's the mainstay of the players that will be kept. The Sunrisers Hyderabad. Williamson will probably be the one that be kept, but certainly won't be Warner. Yeah, it's interesting. That's true. What players do you think will deserve to play but not given the opportunity? Well, Chris Lynn, he's been in too good a side, and he deserves to be in that in the Mumbai Indians, I think it is. He deserves to be given a go. He's overdue to be given a go, actually. Very, very good player. Some of the bowlers that are coming through should be given more of an opportunity, for sure. Yeah, but it's a very disappointing situation. Let's look at the score now. If we compare Australian bowling with other teams, it's best amongst and can be a problem. It can be if they all click. Yashdev can, when he's qualified from here, technically they can, but they probably won't. RCB, no, I like watching someone bust podcasts. He's a learned fellow. He's had his issues, but he's a learned fellow. So it looks like Jaswal's just gotten out. Liam Livingston's coming in for 2 for 67 after 8.4. This is the moment of truth. Well, let's see how. So Jaswal got 36 or 23. It's very, very impressive. There are some roles. Spot I think Ben Stokes, Butler. They lost quite a few there, but they've got now Livingston going at number 4. This could be fireworks. Rajasthan Royals have been very impressive. Liam Livingston is fantastic, correct. Today is my sister's birthday. Please pray that she achieves the success she deserves. Thank you. I certainly will. Yash Raj Tathed. Tell me your sister's name. Ask him to what is happened to say? Oh, an injury, I think, muscular, I think. Solomon, I think, makes it. Well, he certainly is. Solomon, but certainly is. Play the ball very late. So this is Jaswal's dismissal. full ball. Oh, and he gets an under edge onto the stumps. That's unfortunate. It wasn't a great ball by any means. Disha, Yashraj Tahed, your sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Disha. Hope you have a lovely birthday on the 20. Is it 7th or 28th? Is it 27th? Yeah. Liam Livingston, what a great player. Hope we see some fireworks from him today. Just looking, this is the 40th match. There's 60 overall, so we've got 29 that we're going for, 11 that's gone on here. We'll have about another 16 matches, four games for all teams, and this will be 16. So 4 games left after this for each team. If you look at the timetable, Sunrise HYDERABAD. If they don't win today, which they're not going to, they've got no chance of that. No hope. So Liam Livingston's only played 7 matches at this level in IPL, 97 runs with 130, strike rate 139. So he's very early in his days. That's a nice shot from Samson. Beautiful shot. He's a very good batsman. They're heading for handsome from Samson. Played. Beautiful shot. Beautiful. Placement, everything was just magnificent. Samson and Wilson, both very stylish batsmen, let's be honest. Aren't they? So I invite someone, I'll see whether I can. I don't know whether it'll come on or what. We can always ask. Another ball, played well outside off stump. Very lackluster game, this one. They're going to play more double headers, I'm sorry. When is my birthday? My birthday is on the 10th of June next year. 10th of June. Yeah, the Sunrisers HYDERABAD look a bit. Ruben Saar is taking a bit of control. He's kind of acting as a vice captain now, I'd say. Rashid Khan, important bowler here. He's had 2 overs for 8 runs. Let's take a look at some of the management, I think, of the teams. They wouldn't be very happy, would they? 10th of June, correct. It's a nice big shot. It looks like it could be out though. It's caught. Was that Livingston? It was Livingston. Livingston went pretty cheaply for only 4 runs. He probably went a bit early. Not what he needed to do. Very short ball that deserved to be hit. It hit pretty poorly. And he's out. Who's coming out of the bat now? Livingston's gone. Lomraw. I know nothing about him, but he's highly rated, for sure. Okay, guys. Whether Samson deserves to play for India, well, he does. He does in a way. I mean, he certainly does. So Rajasthan couldn't afford. Well, I guess Samson's still there. That's a significant person they've got still batting. Let's look at the oval of Rashid Khan. The field place very much back, haven't they? And they find it hard to get Rashid Khan away. Ishan, Kishan, or Samson, who would you pick? Well, Samson's been more consistent. So a shocked Tony, I would agree with probably. I think he would be picking him at the moment. Samson needs to be given another break. He didn't make hay last time he was there. So, it didn't quite go what it was supposed to, but there's still a run out of it. Some golf fans that Samson's average plays fold and failed intentionally. Okay, players like Ashwin and Suarez are out of form, and they certainly are. That shot by Livingston was reckless. It was a bit reckless, a bit early, really. Unfortunate. So they've got Parag and Tavati. Tavati was great. Chris Morris can certainly bat on a cut. He can play. Perez scored 13,000 runs. Okay. What language can you speak apart from English high school? I think I've taught it before. I speak German, Brazilian Portuguese a little bit, and Sinhalese. Yeah. Yashvi Jaswal could well play for India. So yes. There you go. 10th to run, led to runs, unfortunately. Ashik Gupta, I just save money. I organise trip of a lifetime tours, my company. Best time been missing World Cup just like it. I just travel. I just lived in places, then spent time living there, then travel. Once you live somewhere and you get work there, you can then travel all around and see all the countries that surround there. That's the idea. Not out. All right, guys. I think I'm just about done enough tonight. We'll leave it at that. Watch the game as it goes on. My prediction to finish with, I still maintain that Rajasthan Royals will win this. Sunrise Hyderabad, unless Jason Roy tears them apart, and Williamson bats well, I can't see them winning. No, he's got a very good chance of scoring 10,000 runs. He'll play. If he's just purely batting, yes, he will get there. Warner was another one who should be getting closer and closer as well. Oh, God. Who we got bowling here now? We got Cole. Is it a short ball? Samson's there on 33, so, you know. You're going to spend money, yes. England Test over Liam Lewis, no, he's not. Jason Roy is, well, for the short form. All right, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Then hit the notification button. Go to at Norman Koch, which is my Instagram and my Twitter. Norman Kochnik for YouTube. Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnik. And also the LinkedIn page, which is Norman Kochnik, and my Facebook. All right, guys. We'll see each other tomorrow.